Right now, Local 3 News begins with your forecast first.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Kippen. As we look at our Local 3 radar network here, we can see pretty much it's a wet night across the UP. We do have some thunderstorms just getting ready to move into Menominee County. We also have some thunderstorms getting ready to move into Escanaba. But we do have some pretty good rainfall across the western UP and the Keweenaw Peninsula. We had a heavy rain shower, even a few claps of thunder go through the Marquette area. That was roughly between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. Temperatures outside, they're mild actually. We have 52 degrees for Marquette, 53 for Munising. Cooler along the Lake Michigan shoreline, 48 for Manistee, 46 for Escanaba, and 45 degrees for Houghton. Temperatures are going to be hovering around that 50-degree mark or in the 40s in the Keweenaw Peninsula and the Lake Michigan shoreline with on and off rain and thunderstorms. From Storm Team 3, that's your forecast first.
Now on Local 3 News, big mining trucks from Eagle Mine have permission to use some Marquette roads, but not for free. Also, a sigh of relief around the UP now that state disaster funds are coming this way. Could federal funds be next? And talk about walking the walk. A Menominee pastor carries the cross a long way, a sacrifice for those in need. Local 3 News at 11 is right now.
From WJMN TV, Marquette, Escanaba, this is Local 3 News at 11 in HD.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Local 3 News in HD. I'm Gabe Caggiano. A plan allowing Eagle Mine trucks to use some Marquette streets is in the planning stages. The City Commission may vote on it on Monday. Local 3's Esther Kwan tells us why this is a win-win for both sides.
The City of Marquette struck a deal with Eagle Mine to operate trucks to and from the mine around the city.
I think it's very clear that no one really wants these heavy mining trucks to be running on city streets.
A temporary corridor will be on County Road 550 from the northern city border to Sugarloaf Avenue to its intersection with Wright Street and Wright Street through to the western city border.
The problem of how to transport the ore from the mine to the mill at Humboldt has been ongoing for a number of years. And various options for bypasses from the or mine site to the Humboldt site have been tried, and all of them have failed for various reasons.
Eagle Mine will pay the city a road maintenance fee of $500,000 a year to use this trucking corridor.
The mining company has begun the option of building another bypass, beginning to plan and design it that will take it around the city of Marquette, around the 41 corridor, and bring it out to a safer stretch on US 41.
City officials plan to maintain and improve the trucking corridor with proper winter snow, sand, and salt maintenance.
Part of the agreement also includes about $200,000 a year for safety enhancements along the stretch. And that will make it far safer not only for our citizens but also the students, for example, at Northern Michigan University.
The new bypass would take about 2 years to be built. In Marquette, I'm Esther Kwan, Local 3 News.
In related news, the Michigan Department of Transportation will be lifting some weight restrictions on big trucks this Monday, but that only affects the southernmost parts of the UP. MDOT will lift the weight restrictions on all state trunk line highways south of and including US 2 to Iron Mountain. North of US 2, nothing changes. A total of 6 UP counties were granted state of emergency status by the governor. Soon, the work begins to rebuild. The infrastructure across the UP took a beating this past winter, and a costly one at that. Governor Rick Snyder on Wednesday added Gogebic, Delta, Luce, Chippewa, and Mackinac counties to the April 17th declaration for Marquette County. The move allows the State Police Homeland Security Division to work with emergency coordinators in each county. The damage in dollar terms is still being assessed. In Gogebic County, officials say they need state money very, very badly. Millions of gallons of water literally went down the drain during the let-run period. Repair crews have dealt with more than 5 dozen water main breaks. Frozen fire hydrants and having enough water for some heating units got very expensive as the winter dragged on. Conservative numbers for the Delta County damage, somewhere close to $350,000. Bob Burbaum, the emergency coordinator for Delta County, says the next step is submitting a more detailed numbers report to the state. County officials may also apply for federal aid as well. And another delay tonight in the sale of the Escanaba power plant. The sale was supposed to close tomorrow. The company buying the plant is not ready to hand over the check for $2.2 million. Escanaba Mayor Mark Tall told media partners at Radio Results Network he's not sure at this point when exactly the sale will go through. On Tuesday, Escanaba voters said yes to close the plant if the deal falls apart. A 52-year-old church pastor from Menominee just completed a hard and inspiring journey tonight, 70 miles in 2 days, with a cross on his back. Why did he do it? Local 3's Brittany Denny has the story.
Pastor David Pinnell and his group left the Abundant Life Church in Menominee just after the sun came up Wednesday morning.
Of course, on the Christianity side of things, we're walking for the lost, because things aren't going to get better until we get it right with God. That's our true feeling.
They are traveling 70 miles to the Abundant Church in Kingsford. Pastor David is carrying an 8-foot cross that weighs about 25 pounds.
We all have a cross to bear, and this is my cross. I wouldn't let any other people want to drag it for a while, and I told them no.
Pastor David's goal was to raise $100,000 for the mission, but so far they've only raised $10,000. His hopes were that people of the UP realized how big of an issue homelessness is. Michael Johnston was so inspired he joined Pastor David Pinnell on this walk.
Cross right here represents for me and my family, you know, because Pastor Dave gave me and my family a safe place to be. And we ended up into the mission. Dave allowed me and my family, he helped me to get on the right track to find Christ and stuff, you know, and I believe in this.
This walk has always been something the pastor has wanted to do.
Years ago, I listened to a pastor-to-pastor tape from Focus on the Family, and there was a father-son ministry team that walked from Phoenix, Arizona to LA to buy old hospital, and I always thought that'd be cool, and God's kept that in my mind, and I got up here and he's like, do it, so here I am.
Pastor David Pinnell and his group made it safely to the church at 7:30 tonight. In Iron Mountain, I'm Brittany Denny, Local 3 News.
And a local faith-based organization is restructuring. The mission statement, become more efficient, help more people. Local 3's Kylie Khan tells us what they're doing.
Let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth. That's the motto of Love Inc., a nonprofit that connects churches in the area. The goal is to provide a centralized location where those in need can go for help.
Charities ask for money, and then somebody else is providing the service with your money. This organization is actually asking the person to come and meet the face and the person that they're going to be assisting.
The hands-on approach is meant to build relationships and, as Pastor Dan Niskanen says, transform lives.
We do a very good job, I think, in our country in providing help for those who are in need, but we don't give them a hand up out of poverty.
And any one church can't provide and meet all the needs of the community, so Love Inc. provides the service of coordinating the churches, developing and finding the strengths within each congregation to meet the needs of the community.
Right now, there are 12 churches that have signed on to be a part of Love Inc., but they are looking for more help. In Negaunee, I'm Kylie Khan, Local 3 News.
At Northern Michigan University, the halls and dorms are pretty quiet since graduation, but the offices are still a beehive of activity. NMU switched over to its summer flex hours this week. Most offices at the university will be open from 7:30 to 4, Monday through Friday, and some staff members have the option to have a more flexible schedule.
It sounds funny saying summer flex time. That's the hope anyway, but yeah, it allows some flexibility. Just people work the same number of hours. Generally, it's just shifting them to an earlier start time, shorter lunch, earlier end time, just so they can enjoy more of the day afterwards.
The university is still open on Fridays to allow for new student orientation. The summer flex hours run until August 18th. And still ahead on Local 3 News and Money Watch, big concerns about federal budget numbers and a big jump in home sales paid in cash. That's ahead in Money Watch.
And it's a rainy night across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, even some heavier rainfall across the western UP. We'll talk about that in your Storm Team 3 forecast in just a couple of minutes.
You're watching Local 3 News at 11 with Gabe Caggiano.
You'll discover a small campus with big thinking at Gogebic Community College in Ironwood. Ranked in the top 10% of the best community colleges in the nation, Gogebic Community College is committed to excellence and your bright future. Combine that with affordable tuition, low student-to-instructor ratios, a wide variety of programs to match your interests and the future needs of the job market, Gogebic Community College is the place where you can stay near and go far. Visit us online today.
You're watching WJMN TV, Escanaba and Marquette.
This May, expect more at the Marquette Food Co-op. You'll be surprised when you visit Marquette Food Co-op's new location. There's more of everything you've come to love about the co-op. Organic and natural foods, and the bounty of local farms. But there are more choices. More hot food, more fresh meat and poultry, more bulk food, more community, more fun, and of course, more smiles. Marquette Food Co-op, 502 West Washington, coming May 22nd. Everyone welcome, no membership required.
Our grandfathers worked their land from sunrise till sunset, all without complaint. What mattered then and still does is coming home at the end of the day knowing we worked as hard as we could. We pass along an American value that hard work builds dreams. It all comes together when a job becomes a career we can depend on. Your future, it begins at Michigan Works. We have access to the jobs and resources that will unlock your full potential. Together, Michigan Works.
We are celebrating Mother's Day with 2 unbeatable brunch ideas. An easy Sammy with the Choose Daphne Oz. Oh, how good is that? Or my rum raisin French toast. Next, Rachel.
The Rachel Ray Show, tomorrow at 9 on Channel 3.
Would you like to save money on your healthcare costs? Do you receive Medicare? If so, there is a free program provided by UPCAP, Superior Alliance for Independent Living, and the Upper Peninsula Aging and Disability Resource Center that may be able to help. They are simply here to guide you through the Medicare process and to help you get the Medicare benefits you are entitled to receive. Their trained professionals are ready to help you save money on healthcare. If you have Medicare, simply dial 211 for assistance.
Hi, I'm Nicole, encouraging you to come down to City Insurance for all your personal insurance needs.
Visit City Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agency.
Everyone has shipping needs, whether it's sending a birthday present to a niece or a small business with a new customer's order. The UPS store can take care of all your packing and shipping needs and do it with the best service at a reasonable price. Visit the UPS store in Escanaba or Marquette.
You're watching WJMN TV, Escanaba and Marquette. Storm Team 3 weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Kippen. Brought to you by Dickinson County Healthcare System.
And it's been a pretty rainy night across the UP tonight as we've had rain, even heavier rain, go through the western Upper Peninsula. And we've had some pretty good downpours actually go through the central UP, including here in the Marquette area between about 9:30 and 10 o'clock. We'll take a little bit of a radar tour here. And first, we'll take it to the western Upper Peninsula of Michigan. You can see the yellows and even a few reds in here in portions of the western UP. And this is continuing to lift on off towards the north and towards the east here. And then we'll take you on down towards the south central UP. We do have some thunderstorms in eastern portions of Delta County and getting ready to head towards the Manistee area. And across Escanaba, we got a little bit of a thunderstorm going on right now that could be producing some torrential rainfall, brief torrential rainfall. And then we'll take you on down towards the south. Nice little thunderstorm getting ready to move into Menominee County. And we widen out the view here. You can see this is all lifting up towards the north and towards the east here. So there's a little bit more in the way of rainfall to get through here across the north woods of Wisconsin. And this will continue to lift on off towards the north and east. So the end story here is we got a rainy night ahead for the Upper Peninsula. Now, as we look at our weather headlines here, we got rain and thunderstorms for the overnight and for the daytime on Friday. Some patchy fog will also be in our forecast as well for both tonight and for your daytime on Friday, especially during the morning hours. Dry on Saturday, but then the rain showers return for the daytime on Sunday. And we have rain in the forecast for both Sunday, Monday, and for the daytime on Tuesday. Current temperatures outside range from from the 40s in the Keweenaw Peninsula, 50 degrees in Ironwood. We have 52 degrees for Marquette, 46 degrees for Escanaba, 53 degrees for Munising, 48 degrees for Manistee, and 49 degrees for Newberry. As we look at Futurecast here over the next 48 hours, we'll have the rain go through here during the overnight, and then as we head into tomorrow morning, I think we're going to catch a little bit of a break, and throughout the day on Friday, we're going to have a sun and cloud mix throughout the day, but I can't rule out a few scattered showers or maybe even a thunderstorm. Temperatures should go into the 60s into the interior portion of the UP, 40s in the Keweenaw Peninsula, and 50s along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Now, as we head into Friday night, some lingering rain showers continue, but as we head into Saturday, watch this, we just dry right on out, and Saturday is a dry day. Our next weather system, though, comes at us starting Saturday night, and even across the western portions of the Upper Peninsula, we could get some rain shower action already by Saturday night, moving on into places like Ironwood, Houghton, or even Copper Harbor by Saturday evening. So your forecast as we look into tonight, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, rain and thunderstorms continuing, some of which could produce some heavy rainfall, maybe cause some localized street flooding here and there. Patchy fog is also possible. Low temperatures tonight, pretty much right where you are right now. Temperatures in the 40s in the Keweenaw Peninsula, 50s in the interior and across most locations, and into the upper 40s along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunrise tomorrow morning is at 6:24. For your daytime on Friday, we made it to the weekend here, folks. Here is your last day of the work week here. We're looking for a sun and cloud mix with some scattered rain and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder for your daytime on Friday. Patchy fog is also possible. High temperatures will be in the 60s for the interior, and we're looking at temperatures into the 50s for the Lake Michigan shoreline and the Keweenaw Peninsula. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for the weekend, we're looking at temperatures in the 60s both days. 61 on Saturday, 60 degrees on Sunday, cooler near the waters with some rain coming in for your daytime on Sunday, and then for your daytime on Monday and Tuesday, we're looking for rain coming in. Rain, a pretty good bet for Monday. 58 degrees will be your high temperature, 52 for your Tuesday high temperature, and then you're going to notice here temperatures start cooling on off as we head towards next week, but we will start to dry on out, it looks like, towards the middle of the week, even though we're looking at mostly cloudy skies for next Wednesday and Thursday, with high temperatures both days in the 50s, 40s near the waters. You can always get your latest weather forecast and track the rain with our interactive radar on our website, upmatters.com.
You know, I was down at the ore dock today, and I was amazed at how much ice was still out there. But it was really pretty because all the ice washing up was like shards of glass. It was really pretty.
Yeah, and we're about at 39% ice coverage still on Lake Superior.
Really, I can't believe it this late in the day.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you very much. Coming up next is HealthCast, Health Watch, the latest heart treatment to fix irregular heartbeats, why having a cold heart, at least temporarily, is a good thing.
Storm Team 3 weather is brought to you by Dickinson County Healthcare System.
It's borderline miraculous as far as I'm concerned with where medical technology has gone today. To have that technology right here is a plus.
My family's had excellent care. I've had several procedures here myself. I've had excellent care.
I have always said that some of the best nursing I ever got was in this hospital.
I can't say enough about how well I was treated and how pleased I am with the whole setup.
Ah, the joys of house hunting, offering new hopes and fresh starts. Whether you've already found the perfect place to call home or are just beginning to look, Peninsula Federal Credit Union can help. We can even get you pre-approved. And with mortgage rates as low as 2.75%, well, who could ask for a better housewarming gift? Learn more online right now at peninsulafcu.com or stop in to see a loan officer today at Peninsula Federal Credit Union in Escanaba or Menominee.
Hey there, I'm Dot. If you're looking for a great deal on a car, like me, why waste gas driving all over the place? Make the auto classifieds at upmatters.biz your first stop. The area's best car dealers are all right here. Just fill in the blanks for the car you're looking for and the price you want to pay. And in one click, you'll find a car as cute and reliable as me. Hey, stop spinning your wheels. Drop the auto classifieds at upmatters.biz and tell them Dot sent you. Hey there, I'm Dot. If you're looking for a great deal on a car, like me, why waste gas driving all over the place? Make the auto classifieds at upmatters.biz your first stop. Tell them Dot sent you.
Meep, meep.
Inspire. Slumberland. Trend. Imagine. Design. Sleek. Dream. And what's better than something that looks like it cost a lot more than it did? Slumberland. Who knew?
Hi, folks. I'm North Clark for Rose City Motors. Now it's tax season, and you're thinking about getting yourself an automobile. Well, here's what you can get done at Rose City Motors. In most cases, you don't need any money down. Use your tax money for something else. Go to rosecitymotors.com, fill out a credit app. We'll get you financed. It doesn't matter what the problem is with your credit if you can prove your income. Use your tax money somewhere else. Rose City Motors does not need it in most cases. Go to rosecitymotors.com.
When the heart contracts in a fast, irregular way, that's called atrial fibrillation. A new treatment freezes the heart to get it working right again. Shelley Botot explains in Health Watch.
Atrial fibrillation affects about 3 million Americans and can lead to heart failure or stroke. Now doctors are freezing the heart to get it back into rhythm.
Look at the butterfly.
When it comes to spending time in her garden, Carmen Winkler doesn't skip a beat.
I like my flowers, that's the bougainvillea.
But her love was threatened when her own heart began to flutter.
They was so hard, my blouse was moving.
Her doctor diagnosed her with atrial fibrillation.
Atrial fibrillation is a fast, irregular heart rhythm from the top chamber of the heart, and it affects almost about 15% of the population.
When medication fails, Dr. Jonathan Rosman says radiofrequency ablation is used, where heat destroys the tissue, causing the irregularity.
What can happen is you can actually burn a hole through the heart, and it can go into the esophagus, and that can be fatal.
A new option virtually eliminates that risk by freezing the tissue instead of heating it up.
By freezing, we're no longer destroying the tissue. What we're doing is making it electrically inactive.
A small catheter injects a liquid coolant into the affected area, freezing the tissue and restoring the heart's rhythm. Now Carmen is back to admiring her butterflies.
Once we have 80 butterflies.
Just 1 month after her procedure. Cryoablation has been found to be less likely to damage heart tissue than radiofrequency ablation. And that's your Health Watch. I'm Shelley Botot, Local 3 News.
In our Money Watch report, growing concern tonight in Washington about deficit spending. Jerika Duncan reports.
Fed Chair Janet Yellen has wrapped up her second day on Capitol Hill. She urged Congress to address the nation's long-term budget challenges. Yellen declined to say if tax hikes alone could fix the problem. On Wall Street today, a mixed finish. The Dow rose 32 points. The Nasdaq fell 16. Average U.S. rates on fixed mortgages have fallen for the second straight week. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac says the average rate for the 30-year loan declined to 4.21% this week from 4.29% last week. The average for the 15-year mortgage dropped to 3.32% from 3.38%. And when it comes to buying a home, cash is almost king. All cash deals hit a record 43% of home sales during the first 3 months of 2014, according to RealtyTrack. That's up from 19% a year earlier. Analysts say the jump can be attributed to strict lending standards that make it difficult to get a mortgage and intense buyer competition. And Amazon is rolling out Sunday delivery to 15 more cities in the United States, including Austin, New Orleans, and Philadelphia. The online retailer says it had huge success launching Sunday delivery in New York and LA back in November. That's your Money Watch report. For the latest business news, go to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Jerika Duncan.
Up next, sports with Pete Francis. The first round of the NFL draft was tonight. The Packers and Lions both added players they hope will make a major impact. More on the picks coming up.
Swing
Swing by Kuwait Casino's Menastique for our 20th anniversary on Saturday, June 7th, where we'll be giving away up to $19,000 in cash, credits, and prizes. Our random draws will start at 2 p.m. And there will be grand prize drawings later in the night for a big screen TV, laptops, MP3 players, and much more. We're also serving up cake at 7 p.m. while supplies last. Come celebrate Kuwait Casino's Menastique 20th anniversary on Saturday, June 7th, with 5 locations across the UP. This is Kuwait Country.
You're watching WJMN TV, Escanaba and Marquette.
Hi, this is John from Superior Window Treatments. With Hunter Douglas Window Fashions, light is very inviting, so don't miss the Celebration of Light savings event now through June 13th, where you'll find valuable rebate offers on some popular light-transforming Hunter Douglas products. See how beautifully they manage light and create soft, naturally lit rooms. At the Celebration of Light, now through June 13th, limitations and restrictions apply. Ask store for details. Visit Superior Window Treatments in Marquette, across from Fry Chevrolet. Call 273-1360.
You know Dan Benishek. In Congress, he's been a champion of economic growth. As a doctor, he warned Congress against the dangers of Obamacare. He's fighting every day to grow the economy and protect our families. Dr. Dan understands small-town Michiganders. He's been listening to us. He's fighting for rural economies. Dan Benishek deserves our support. The U.S. Chamber is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We are celebrating Mother's Day with 2 unbeatable brunch ideas. An easy Sammy with the Choose Daphne Oz. Oh, how good is that? Or my rum raisin French toast. Next, Rachel.
The Rachel Ray Show, tomorrow at 9 on Channel 3.
Ten brands, 3 locations, 1 team. Fox Motors Team UP, only the best.
Drive now, pay later at Sir Federal Credit Union.
Stop into Sir Federal Credit Union and get pre-approved for our 90-day deferred payment program and go shopping today. This offer is good towards any consumer loan, including new and pre-owned vehicles, 4-wheelers, RVs, and more. Rates as low as 2.5% for 24 months to 3.95% for 72 months to qualified applicants with no payment for 90 days.
Drive now and pay later at Sir Federal Credit Union. Stop in today.
And now, Local 3 Sports with Sports Director Pete Francis. Brought to you by Public Service Garage.
The first round of the NFL Draft kicked off tonight with every team in the league looking to improve its roster. The Green Bay Packers had the 21st pick in the draft and filled a major need. The Pack selected safety Clinton Dix from Alabama. In 2011, Clinton Dix was one of 7 true freshmen to earn playing time on Bama's national championship team. For the 2012 National Championship team, came up with 5 interceptions and 37 tackles. Last season as a junior, Clinton Dix had 51 tackles and was a first-team All-SEC selection. With the Packers having a need at safety, he could compete for a starting job. The Detroit Lions found themselves a tight end with the number 10 pick. Hall of Famer Barry Sanders made the selection tonight as Detroit picked North Carolina's Eric Ebron. As a junior, the 21-year-old Ebron had 62 catches for 973 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ebron has showed big playability at North Carolina with an average of nearly 16 yards per catch last season. It was a big day for Ebron, who also got engaged. And it was one of the nicest days of the year here in the Upper Peninsula today. Area track and field teams met for a meet in Negaunee this afternoon and were more than pleased with the weather.
It's pretty amazing. It's nice to be outside in the air and actually breathe. Got the sun beating down on us. Thankfully, we had those thunderstorms this morning, but it's nice out now.
It's great that we're able to be out here on the day that they thought was going to be thunderstorms in the area. And it's finally some warm weather, and the kids can really get out. The muscles are loose today. Kids are in a happy mood. Everyone's excited about the weather, and it's just like that. This is what UP track should be like.
The Gwynn Model Towners were the big winners at today's meet with 235 points. The home team, Negaunee, followed with 150, and Ishpeming finished in third. On the girls' side, Negaunee won with 142 points, followed by Ishpeming at 107 and Gwynn at 44. On the diamond tonight, Gladstone's Justin Urich pitched a no-hitter as Gladstone defeated Escanaba 1-0. Urich had 10 strikeouts and only 1 walk. In softball, the Norway Knights continued their winning ways, picking up a pair of victories today over Westwood. The Knights won Game 1 13-2 and Game 2 14-1. On the tennis court, the Ishpeming Hematites blanked Norway 8-0. The NBA playoffs continued tonight with the Miami Heat topping the Brooklyn Nets 94-82 to gain a 2-0 series lead. The Blazers and Spurs are also still in action tonight. And in the NHL playoffs, the Bruins and Canadiens went to overtime with Boston getting the 1-0 victory. The Ducks and Kings are also in action. The Detroit Tigers entered the final game of a 4-game series with the Houston Astros this afternoon. Bottom of the second, 1 on with 2 outs. Nick Castellanos doubles off the wall. Austin Jackson scores from first. Tigers lead 1-0. Bottom of the fourth, same score. Victor Martinez hits a solo shot to left field, extending the Tigers lead to 2, but Detroit could not keep the lead. From there, the Astros drive in 6 unanswered runs to snap the Tigers' 8-game win streak and take the final game of the series 6-2. And for our play of the night, we head to Tampa Bay for Rays Orioles. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded, 1 out for Evan Longoria, and he hits into a 6-4-3 double play. Great snag by the first baseman, Steve Pearce, to get Jimenez out of the inning. Orioles got the win 3-1 for the play of the night, Gabe.
Quickly, what's the status of Justin Florek? He's not on the Bruins right now.
Yeah, Justin Florek was sent back down to the AHL. Now he's playing for Providence in the playoffs there, and they'll be playing on Friday.
Thank you, Pete. Maybe he'll be back. When we come back, Tom Kippen will have a look at our wake-up forecast.
Local 3 Sports brought to you by Public Service Garage, where service is our middle name.
In the UP, we know we can drive through just about anything as long as we have the right vehicle.
Like a Buick Regal Grand Sport with road gripping all-wheel drive.
Or an Enclave in front wheel or all-wheel drive. Conquer the roads with an all-wheel drive Encore getting 30 miles per gallon.
Or get front or all-wheel drive.
And 5-passenger comfort in a LaCrosse.
Or drive a new Verano for as low as $24,640.
Nobody gives you the power and control to drive through the UP winters like Buick and Public Service Garage.
Public Service Garage in Marquette.
After 126 years of serving as the Upper Peninsula's community bank, we've moved our headquarters to downtown Marquette. In fact, we're the only bank headquartered in the city of Marquette. But the important thing to remember is that in any of our 12 locations, we are here for you. We're Range Bank, at the corner of Front and Washington, downtown Marquette.
Hey honey, what do you think about this one?
I love it.
Yeah, me too. But it's a little more than we were thinking.
Not much more. I'd rather get it right the first time.
Yeah, you're right. Think the kids will like it?
Hey kids, what do you think about this one?
That's my favorite.
See, I told you. Coming to Matthews was the right choice.
Friendly, relaxed, comfortable. That's the Matthews difference.
Tonight on Dave.
I didn't ask you to look at it. Why is it my fault now?
James Franco's shocking photo and Adina Menzel.
It's not Adele Dazeem.
You guys are good.
Boom! Woo! My man.
Holla.
Access is everywhere.
Access Hollywood, weeknights at 7 on Channel 3.
I'm a simple guy. I want cutting-edge technology, useful features, and service I can rely on. See, before I had satellite, I'd lose my picture in bad weather. So I ditched the dish and went with Charter. Big upgrade! Charter TV gives me crystal clear picture. Plus, unlike satellite, I get instant access to over 10,000 on-demand choices. The new Charter app lets me stream live TV anywhere in my house. With Charter TV and mobile apps, I can watch my favorite shows on the go.
Charter TV, just $29.99 a month. Call 866-517-6104.
With Charter Internet, I get speeds 10 times faster than with DSL, so I never have slowdowns. Big difference.
Charter Internet, just $29.99 a month.
And Charter Phone gives me unlimited calling with no added fees like the phone company charges, and that's big.
Unlimited local and long-distance calling. Get the Charter Triple Play from $29.99 a month each. Call 866-517-6104.
And it's going to be a wet night across the Upper Peninsula. Some areas could see some heavy rainfall.
Thank you very much, Tom. And that's our show for tonight. Thank you for joining. The Late Show with David Letterman is next. Have a good evening.
since 1922.